Well, it's a great time to be a buyer in the luxury home market here on Oahu. This is David Buck with Harcourts Island Real Estate, and today we're going to talk about the market stats for April of 2025. But before we get into the luxury home market, let's talk about the overall market for single-family homes here on Oahu. And there we saw a decrease where home sales were down 8% from a year ago. A year ago, there was 262 home sales here on Oahu, and this past month we saw 241. However, the median price has actually gone up. A year ago is $1.1 million, and this past month we were at $1,170,000, hence a 6.4% increase. However, it is taking homes a little bit longer to sell, with median days on market up over 70%, going from 17 days to 29 days. And the irony of that 29-day mark is I just did a report yesterday on home sales on Mariners Ridge in Hawaii Kai, and just in that neighborhood was spot on at 29 days. It's taken homes to sell in Mariners Ridge. So with that said, we're also seeing inventory picking up here on Oahu for single family homes. In the historical point of view, it's still relatively low, but we now have, as of last month, over 800 homes for sale on Oahu, which is a 30% increase from a year ago, which was at 618. So yeah, this past month we had 805 homes for sale on Oahu. And one last stat I'd like to talk about is months of remaining inventory. So this is kind of a teeter-tottering point with the National Association of Realtors. If you have 6 months or more of remaining inventory, that means that you're in a buyer's market. Now, across the board, it's still a seller's market for homes here on Oahu. However, once you get above $3 million, now we're coming full circle to the back start of this video. If you're a buyer in the marketplace and you have a budget north of $3 million, that months of remaining inventory is significantly higher than the rest of the island. I'm going to throw a chart up here on the screen. So for homes on the market here on Oahu, north of $3 million, the months of remaining inventory is now at 12.6 months, which is a 13.5% increase from a year ago. In April of 2024 is 11.1 months, and now we're at 12.6 months. So to put that in perspective, once again, anything north of 6 months of remaining inventory is going to be considered a buyer's market here on Oahu. So yeah, if you have a budget north of $3 million, give me a call. Let's go home hunting now, because now is a great time. And stay tuned, and we're going to jump into the condo stats. Okay, now regarding the condo stats on Oahu, condo sales were also down over 8%. They're down 8.4%. And a year ago, there was 431 condo sales on Oahu. And this past month, we saw 395. We also saw a dip in the median sales price from a condo, which was at $528,000 a year ago. And now we're down to $505,000. That will be a 4.4% decrease in median condo price. Meanwhile, it's also taking condos longer to sell. It was at 29 days a year ago, and this past month at 43 days, for a 48% increase in days on market. And on top of that, condo inventory is up nearly 60%. A year ago, there were 1,576 condos for sale on Oahu, and this past month we saw over 2,500. 2,512 condo listings on Oahu. So we talked about this a few months back, but if you're a buyer in the marketplace, the two opportunities right now are the single family homes, like we talked about, north of 3 million, and then the condo market in general. I think we're going to look back with a rear view mirror a few years from now and think now is a great time to buy a condo. And now the months of remaining inventory for condos was also up 61.9%, and that's gone from 4.2 months a year ago to 6.8 months. So you know what that means? We talked about this a little bit earlier, is north of 6 months is considered a buyer's market. So now with months of remaining inventory for condos on Oahu, we're at 6.8 months. So hence it's a buyer's market across the board for condos. So once again, to recap this, luxury homes above 3 million bucks is a great buying opportunity. Condos is a great buying opportunity. However, every market on Oahu is going to be different, whether it be a neighborhood on the west side or east side or in town, or a specific condo complex or high rise. Give us a call at 808-371-3509, because every market within our submarket of Oahu is going to be unique and different things are happening in different places. So once again, 808-371-3509. Mahalo.